Week 10. Here we are. Almost didn't get into the stream. Forgot to add myself. But we're here. We're live on the eve of week 10. I cannot believe. I say it every week. But I cannot believe we're in the double-digit weeks now. It's week 10. It's going by too fast. I mean, it's exciting. Lots happening. Playoffs are getting here. The fantasy playoffs are weeks away. The NFL playoffs, month and a half away, 2 months away. We're getting there. It's sad at the same time, though, because once we get there, it goes like that, and it's over. But today we're doing what we usually do. Saturday nights, hanging out, talking week 10, answering all your questions on YouTube, on TikTok. We got you covered. And then we're right back doing the same thing tomorrow for the last hour, all the way up to kickoff. It's a lot of fun. Why don't we just cut the bullshit and just start with these questions? I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? You don't want to hear me ramble. Let's just answer these questions. We already have one on YouTube from Connor. He's asking, YouTube is not cooperating tonight. Let's just lay that out here already. Is it coming up on the screen? Because I can't see it. And now I'm totally frozen on YouTube. Here we go. We're back. All right. Connor says, I have Pitts, Schultz, Taysom Hill, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Gabe Davis, Cortland Sutton, Odell Beckham. Should I drop Taysom Hill or Odell Beckham for Donovan Peoples-Jones in a 12-man league? Well, you're not going to ever be starting Taysom Hill over Kyle Pitts or Dalton Schultz. So I would definitely drop Taysom Hill and go get Donovan Peoples-Jones. Now, Connor, I know you're watching on YouTube, so you must have seen the title. Title of the show is Donovan Peoples-Jones Week. If you subscribe to the DFS and betting guide from yardsperfantasy.com that we put out every week for free, right in your inbox, 6 a.m. every Saturday morning, you saw our lineups in GPP plays. We have a lot of Donovan Peoples-Jones in those lineups this week. And if you haven't signed up for that, just go to yardsperfantasy.com/bets. It is free to sign up. Get all of our top bets of the week for both NFL and college. We give you a bunch of the lineups that we are playing in DFS in both GPPs and cash games. Give you all my underdog plays, promo code YardsPer. And when you're submitting our bets, use promo code YardsPer on BetUS as well. Get free money on both platforms using that promo code. But we have a lot of Donovan Peoples-Jones in those lineups that we are suggesting in week 10. Talked about him a couple weeks ago as a buy or a must-add off the waiver wire where he was still available, because he's going to be good for you now. But when Deshaun Watson is back, just a few more weeks, just a few weeks away, Deshaun Watson is back, Donovan Peoples-Jones could be Will Fuller North up there in Cleveland. So I'm all over Donovan Peoples-Jones right now. Got to get him. Should I start Cortland Sutton or Gabe Davis? Cortland Sutton has been one of the biggest disappointments of 2022. Gabe Davis, on the other hand, we weren't drafting him. We told you not to draft him. We were right about not drafting him. He's had, 2 nice weeks? Week 1 and then week 6 or something, he blew up. A 98-yard touchdown. He's done nothing. Outside of those 2 games. But like I said, either has Courtland Sutton. And Gabe Davis probably gives you a higher ceiling at this point. Now, I know Courtland Sutton has a great, on paper matchup. The Titans secondary has been not good against wide receivers. So this one's a tough one. Let me pull up the wide receiver rankings. I know we definitely have Sutton ranked the lowest that we've had him all season. And yeah, we have Gabe Davis ahead of him. Obviously, this is assuming Josh Allen plays, which it sounds like he's a good to go. They did not promote Matt Barkley from the practice squad. So Josh Allen should be good to go. Could be a shootout against the Vikings. I think you have a much better chance of having a good game from Gabe Davis than you do from Courtland Sutton, the way things are going there in Denver. Cade Otton or Tyler Higbee? We're going to go Tyler Higbee. Sounds like Cameron Brate could be back. I don't think we have official word on that yet, but it sounds like it's trending that way, which obviously is not going to be good for Cade Otton. I know Higbee hasn't been so good for you lately, but I think that's the way we got to go. Could be playing with a backup quarterback, though. Godwin or Olave in the flex. I think we got to go Olave here. I have them ranked back to back. Wide receiver 16, wide receiver 17. With Olave with a slight edge. So that's where we'll go there. Fields or Josh Allen? If Allen's playing, I think we got to play him. I think we got to play Josh Allen no matter what. If he's playing, we play him. Pick 2 between Mooney, Deontay Johnson, and Courtland Sutton. Give me Mooney and give me Deontay Johnson. I have very little interest in Courtland Sutton right now, even with the supposed good matchup against the Titans. I don't care. I don't care about the matchup when the quarterback has been awful. The offense has been awful. He's not commanding a ton of targets. They're not getting in the red zone for him to thrive down there. I'm starting Courtland Sutton out of desperation. Otherwise, he's on my bench. How do we feel about Antonio Gibson rest of season? We like him. We like Gibson. Gibson is by far, it's not even close. He is by far the most talented running back on his team. No, it's not Brian Robinson. Sure as hell it's not J.D. McKissic. And Gibson has been kind of unlocked almost to a point since Brian Robinson has returned. It's like a light bulb went off like, hey, let's use Antonio Gibson in the passing game. What a genius idea. The dude played wide receiver in college. Why haven't we been doing that? And he's thriving. And I believe I heard this stat this week. Antonio Gibson is third among all running backs, according to playerprofiler.com, in targets per route run. So when he's out there running routes, he's being targeted at an extremely high rate. I think his role is just going to grow. As long as he's not fumbling and pissing off the coaching staff, he's going to be on the field because I think hopefully they're finally realizing how damn talented Antonio Gibson is. So we like Gibson. Obviously, he's not going to get a ton of carries because of Brian Robinson there. J.D. McKissic is still involved in the passing game as well. So rest of season, he's definitely a top 30 running back rest of season. Maybe just outside the top 24, hovering right around right around RB 25 maybe for the rest of the season. So we like him. Like him. Can't love him unless he's fully unlocked. That doesn't seem to be happening. Dak or Geno? Yeah, this one's got to be close. Let me pull up the quarterback rankings for this one. You can find my rankings at yardsbyfantasy.com. Let's see where I have these guys ranked. Not as close as I thought it was going to be. I have Gino. Give me Gino. Give me Gino in Germany. I mean, doesn't that just have a ring to it? Gino in Germany. We got to play him, right? We got to play him. Gino in Germany. That's where we're going to go. As opposed to Dak in Dallas, even though Dak is playing in Green Bay this week. Debo or St. Brown. Let's go on Amon-Ra St. Brown. I talked about him this week as a buy. The target shares are back to that elite level. Obviously, it didn't convert last week because the passing volume was down because they had a lead the whole time. I think Jared Goff, he tied his season low pass attempts last week. They led the whole game against the Packers, so no reason to drop back a million times to Jared Goff. But once that passing volume goes back up, tougher matchups, playing from behind like they normally are, and the target share remains the same, obviously target volume will climb significantly, as will his production. We are buying Amon-Ra St. Brown. I definitely like him starting this week. Should I trade Jacobs for Foreman? No. Deontay Foreman dreams of being Josh Jacobs. He's still in the Panthers offense. Chuba just came back. He's going to be more involved, especially in the passing game. Deontay Foreman's had 2 good games against the Falcons and against the Falcons. They're done. They're out of Falcons games. So I'm sticking with Josh Jacobs there. Kenneth Walker or Travis Etienne. Just say yes. Put them both in your lineup. Find a way. If I had to choose, I guess we're going Travis Etienne. Both are locked in, easy top 10 running backs this week, though. Pick 2 this week between Michael Pittman, Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, Amari Cooper. Picking 2 of these guys. Obviously, we're going Justin Jefferson. Then it comes down to Olave and Amari. Man, it could be a big Amari Cooper week. It could be. Going against the Dolphins, easily that game could shoot out. I have Amari Cooper and Chris Olave ranked back-to-back with the slight edge to Amari Cooper. So I guess we're going Amari Cooper there. And obviously we're going Justin Jefferson. But I do like Olave a lot as well. Pittman, send his ass to the bench. We can't trust Michael Pittman unless and until they make the change back to Matt Ryan, which I do expect will happen within the next 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to go back to Matt Ryan. They have to, right? They have to. This whole organization is a joke right now. Matt Ryan at least gives them some credibility, some stability. And then he would bring some life back into Michael Pittman, even Paris Campbell, Alec Pierce. Until then, his ass is on the bench. Should I start Jeff Wilson? Yeah. We don't know who your other options are, but yeah, I like Jeff Wilson this week. He came in his first game as a Dolphin. His first game as a Dolphin. He's out there out snapping, out touching Raheem Mostert, who's played well this year. I expect that role is only going to grow from here if that's what he's doing in his first game with the team, being with them for less than a week. Yeah. We like Jeff Wilson. Let's see where I have him ranked this week. I have him ranked as the RB18. Solid. I traded Eckler for Walker and Amari. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Debo or Mike Evans? Well, Debo's coming off the hamstring. Mike Evans has played like shit. With that said, I think we're going to roll with Mike Evans there. Do you think Walker and Kamara for Henry is too much or too little? Walker and Kamara. No, that's way too much. You're not giving up Walker and Kamara for Henry. No. Give me the Walker and Kamara side. Thoughts on Swift? Yeah. Swift's tough because we just don't know what the role he's going to be in. He's off the injury report altogether. He's not on the injury report this week, which is fantastic news. And hopefully that means he's going to get back to his normal snap share, normal role in that offense, which would be great. If that's what happens, he's wheels up. We're playing him every week. He's a must start. He's a top 15, top 12 running back every week. But we don't know that for sure. He came back. He came back from the injury 2 weeks ago. Played about half the snaps, 55% of the snaps. After the game, Dan Campbell said, I think we pushed DeAndre Swift a little too far. We played him a little bit too much. So we were a little hands off last week, a little bit nervous about playing him last week. And rightfully so. He looked good. He looked healthy. He played well when he was out there, but he only played 15% of the snaps. He's got a long ways to go up. By him being off the injury report this week is a great sign that he's heading in that direction. I don't think we can fully trust him this week because we just coming off a 15% snap share. But I expect it to jump back up closer to 50% this week. And then maybe next week, he's back to that full DeAndre Swift role that he was in early in the season and absolutely killing it. Let's see where we have him ranked. For week 10, DeAndre Swift is my RB 16. So we still have him pretty high. Dalton or Wilson at quarterback. I think we still have to go Russell Wilson. But that's sad. Judy or Cooks? Give me Jerry Judy. Zeke, Pollard, or Thielen? Give me Tony Pollard. I don't think Zeke's going to play. Kenneth Walker and Debo for T. Higgins and Derrick Henry. Trade question. Yeah, I think I want. Man, that's a tough one. That's a pretty fair, straightforward, even deal. I don't think there's a winner on either side of that. I'm probably taking the Kenneth Walker side, though. Thoughts on Pittman? Yeah, we just talked about Pittman a couple of minutes ago, so I'll make it very brief. But his ass is staying on the bench unless and until Matt Ryan comes back. Matt Ryan comes back, I think we can go back to playing Michael Pittman as a low-end wide receiver too. Until then, if I have any sort of decent option to play instead of him, I'm doing it. The offense is a joke. The coaching staff at this point is a joke. The quarterback sucks. It's just, yeah. Did you still see me, hear me? I just had a notification that the Wi-Fi cut out. Am I still here? You hear me? Seems like it's okay. So yeah, we're keeping Michael Pittman on the bench for the time being. Schultz or Everett? I think we got to go Gerald Everett there. Give me Gerald Everett. Everett or Freiermuth? So I think the Chase Claypool trade is going to help Pat Freiermuth. But Everett's still without Keenan Allen. He's still without Mike Williams. So I'm gonna stick with Gerald Everett there. Jimmy G or Russell Wilson. Man, that one is a close one. Give me Garoppolo. Actually, I'm looking at my rankings. It's not as close as I thought it was going to be. Definitely give me Garoppolo. Should I start James Conner or Kareem Hunt? Give me James Conner. He came right back to his normal 70+% snap share last week, right off the injury. Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders, or Jeff Wilson in the flex. Give me Miles Sanders. Should I start Gabe Davis or Curtis Samuel? Give me Gabe Davis. As much as I'm not a big Gabe Davis guy. Curtis Samuel had a nice lucky touchdown last week. Ever since Taylor Heineke took over at quarterback. So before Heineke, when they had Carson Wentz playing a quarterback, Curtis Samuel out-targeted Terry McLaurin. I don't know why I was blanking on his name. He out-targeted Terry McLaurin in every single game with Carson Wentz at quarterback. He had a 22% target share for those games with Wentz. When Heineke's come in, or with Carson Wentz. Sorry, I got Wi-Fi is being weird. 22% target share with Wentz, while Terry McLaurin had a 16% target share with Wentz. Since Heineke has taken over, Curtis Samuel's target share has dropped from 22% down to 16 or 17%. And Terry McLaurin's target share has gone from that 16, 17% up to 31%. So it's completely flipped and then some. On top of that, you're also getting Jahan Dotson back this week. So that's going to eat into both Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin's targets. So yeah, we're starting Gabe Davis over Curtis Samuel. Thoughts on Kamara? Play him? We like Kamara. Got to play him. I mean, I don't really have a lot of thoughts on Kamara. He's Kamara. We know what he is. He's my RB7 for the week. Pick two between Juju Smith-Schuster, Josh Palmer, Gabe Davis, or Deontay Johnson. Give me Juju and give me Deontay Johnson. Should I flex Jamal Williams or Allen Lazard? Give me Allen Lazard because I think DeAndre Swift's going to have a bigger role this week than he did last week. Tua or Fields? I'm going to stick with Tua there. I had the same question last week, and I said Tua, which obviously we know Justin Fields was the QB1 out. But Tua was still a top 5 quarterback last week, so it was a great call. We're fine with it. Same question this week. I have them both as top 5 quarterbacks for week 10. Tua Tagovailoa is my number 4 quarterback. Justin Fields is my QB5. We love them both. I think Justin Fields is not going to have to run as much this week as he did last week. Going against the Lions. Probably get out to lead. Just pound the ball with David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, which could definitely hurt Fields. But obviously we have to respect what he does with his legs. So we've got him on his top 5 quarterback. What if I don't have a good sub for Michael Pittman? I have James Conner or Mac Hollins. Well, I would definitely play James. If this is like a flex question, definitely play James Conner over Michael Pittman. Mac Hollins is interesting as well. We've seen him have a couple decent games this year. Hunter Renfrow on IR. Hollins has done particularly well in games without Renfrow. Now, I do have Pittman ranked well ahead of Mac Hollins this week, but I couldn't blame you starting Hollins over Pittman. But if I'm reading the question correctly, you have the option of starting James Conner over Pittman. I would absolutely do that. Easy, no hesitation. Absolutely James Conner over Michael Pittman. Pick 2, Sutton, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Dulcich, and Thielen. Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones and Greg Dulcich. Fournette and Higgins for Amon-Ra and Swift. Who wins? Give me the Amon-Ra and Swift side of that deal. Should I start Khalil Herbert? Obviously, I can't tell you yes or no if I don't know your other options. But it could be a decent Khalil Herbert week. He's the more explosive running back on his team, playing against the Lions, who have been absolutely torched by the run. I think the Bears are definitely going to lean on a lot of Montgomery, a lot of Herbert this week. So, yeah, I think Herbert's a decent option. I can let you know where I have him ranked. Let me see. You can find my rankings at yardsperfantasy.com or just download the Yards Per Fantasy app. It's so good to have the Yards Per Fantasy app. We got our trade calculator, start sit tool, all my rankings, underdog plays, everything you could need. Khalil Herbert is ranked as my RB23 this week, so I really like Herbert. Lawrence, Wilson, or Brady? I think we got to stick with Brady. Jalen Hurts or Tua? Give me Jalen Hurts. At tight end in a tight end premium league, we go Morrow or Cole Kmet. I'm a big Foster Moreau fan. He's super athletic. He's been productive at times in the past when he's had the opportunity. With that said, I think we got to go Cole Kmet this week. He's been getting more opportunities down in the red zone. They're getting in the red zone more. Going against the Lions. Yeah, I'll go Cole Kmet there. But big Foster Moreau fan here. This is a trade question. Traded DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, and Swift for Jefferson, Higgins, and Fournette. Is that a good trade? Yeah, I'm good with that. I like that. Yeah, I'll take that. Is Dalton or Winston starting this week? It's going to be Andy Dalton. Would you start Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence? I'm still going Herbert. Goff or Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, give me Goff. It's close, though. I have them ranked back-to-back. Trevor Lawrence could have a decent game against the Chiefs. Should have to throw a lot in that game, playing from behind. Chiefs secondary isn't the greatest. Although they're not terrible either. Olave or Fournette? Fournette is trending down. I like Olave a lot. I still think we have to go with Fournette, though. Should I flex CeeDee Lamb or Mike Evans? I think they're both wide receiver ones this week. I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to start both of them. But I guess if I have to choose, I guess we'll go Mike Evans. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Christian Kirk. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown. Should I trade Herbert to get Fields? Yeah, if you can get Justin Fields for Justin Herbert, I would do that. I prefer Fields the rest of the season. This guy's asking the same question we just answered. The trade for Justin Jefferson? We just talked about that like 2 minutes ago. Too busy putting your question in the chat a million times and not paying attention to when I actually answer your question? Doesn't make any sense. Cousins or Murray? I think we still have to go Kyler, but it's sounding like it's iffy if he's going to play. If he plays, we're playing him. I'm totally cool with Cousins, though. We know what Cousins is. Going against the Bills, especially if Josh Allen plays with a banged up Kyler, you know what? Scratch what I said. Injured Kyler Murray. He's got a hamstring injury. Probably not going to be running a lot, which is what we said. Which is what we... I'll get to your question if I lagged. Which is why we want to play Kyler Murray in the first place, because he runs, right? But he's not going to be running if he has a hamstring injury. Kirk Cousins going against the Bills. I know it's the Bills defense. They got a good defense. It's a tough matchup. Fuck that shit. When you're playing, I don't care. I don't care how good the defense is. When you're playing Josh Allen's offense and you have a good offense of your own and you're going to be in a shootout, having to score a lot of points, having to throw the ball a lot, I want Kirk Cousins. I want Justin Jefferson. I want TJ Hawkinson and Adam Thielen. Go with Cousins. I changed my mind. I want to go Cousins over Kyler, and I'm going to change my rankings right after the show ends. All right. We'll go back to that question. I guess I lagged when we talked about it. Roasting the guy for not paying attention when it was the internet giving us issues. Who knows what's going on? All right. Quickly. Hopkins, Evans, Swift for Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, and Fournette. Receiving the Justin Jefferson side. I like that deal. For you, for the Jefferson side, you're getting by far the best player in that deal. Higgins, we know what he is. I know Fournette is trending down, but he's still, getting work in the passing game. He would definitely be a guy that I would want to flip, and we're lagging again, I think. Long story short, I'm fine with your side of the deal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet. No idea. I keep getting this notification saying something about the Wi-Fi, even though I turned off the Wi-Fi. I shouldn't be connected to Wi-Fi anymore. Who knows? Whatever. Technical difficulties. Taysom Hill or Freiermuth. Let's go Freiermuth. Freiermuth is going to be a beneficiary of the Chase Claypool trade because Chase Claypool was playing in the slot a lot. He's playing in the middle of the field. They don't really have another guy who's going to step in and play in the slot there. That's going to command a significant target share. And Freiermuth is already doing well. So now he's going to get more opportunities opening up in the middle of the field. I think Freiermuth is a winner of that deal, of that trade, obviously. And I really like George Pickens as well as a winner in that deal. But still a rookie quarterback. Bad offensive line. Concerns. Which is, why I think Freiermuth is the bigger winner. JT in a potential breakout game or DeAndre Hopkins against a good Rams secondary plus Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, it's tough. I'm really not excited to play Jonathan Taylor at this point. Terrible offense. Terrible offensive line. But obviously playing Hopkins this week is not super exciting either. He could be playing with Colt McCoy at quarterback. Either way, if it's not Colt McCoy, then it's a banged up, injured, not 100% Kyler Murray. That offense hasn't been great. Going against the Rams, whose own offense hasn't been great, and they're also going to be playing with a backup quarterback, which means scoring is going to be down, which means incentives to pass the ball is going to be down. Yeah. I think we still got to go Hopkins, though. Yeah, sorry about the lag. This doesn't usually happen. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to reconnect to the Wi-Fi and see if that helps. But I think that's what the problem was at the beginning. We'll see. We'll see if it's any better. Do you think Josh Allen's going to play? Yes, I do think Josh Allen's going to play. He got in a limited practice on Friday, but the biggest indicator was the fact that today was their deadline to promote Matt Barkley from the practice squad. And he would have been the backup quarterback to Case Keenum. They did not do that. They did not promote Matt Barkley from the practice squad, which is telling me that Josh Allen is good to go. He's going to play. And yes, if Josh Allen is playing, you're starting him. Is Dalton or Winston starting this week? Is Andy Dalton. DeAndre Hopkins or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Give me Hopkins. JT or Pollard? If Zeke plays, I think we have to go Taylor. But I don't think Zeke's going to play. So it's once again wheels up for Tony Pollard. Should I start Evan Ingram, K. Dalton, or Robert Tonyan? I think Brait's back. Or maybe we're waiting on that news, but it sounds like I think Brait traveled to Germany with the team. It sounds like he's trending towards playing, which throws out Auten. So yeah, I would go Evan Ingram there. Connor or Swift. It's tough because we have to trust if we're playing Swift, we have to trust that he's gonna come back to a full role, which I want to believe that he's going to. I do have him ranked ahead of James Conner. So I would go Swift there, but you're rolling a dice. You're rolling the dice. Swift, Palmer, or Sutton. Pick one. Yeah, that would be pretty easy. DeAndre Swift. I benched Foreman for Swift. Do you think that was a good idea? Well, I'm looking at my rankings right now. I had Swift ranked ahead of Foreman as well. So you win some, you lose some. I mean, Chuba was back, so that's what dropped Foreman in my rankings quite significantly because in week 7, Chuba was operating ahead of Foreman before he injured his ankle, and he was getting a lot of involvement in the passing game, which I still think is going to happen. It just didn't happen this week because, one, he's coming off the injury, but also they were leading the whole game, so they weren't dropping back a million times. So there's really no incentive to be out there dropping back, passing the ball, checking it down to the running back. So in future weeks, we'll see more Chuba. But no, I don't think it was bad to bench Foreman for Swift this week. I don't think you can kick yourself over that. I'm fine with it. I would have done it. Deontay, Mostert, or Zeke? I think we have to go Deontay Johnson because we don't know what Mostert's role is anymore. He was out snapped and out touched by Jeff Wilson last week, and that was Jeff Wilson's first game with the team. He was with them for less than a week. He's out touching him. I can only imagine that's going to continue to grow. His role is going to grow even more, Jeff Wilson's. So I don't trust Raheem Mostert a whole lot right now. Deontay, Singletary, or Najee, pick 2. Well, definitely going Deontay. And I guess we have to go Najee. But his snap share, opportunity share in that backfield is slipping. I think Jalen Warren's going to continue to be more and more involved. But Singletary is not getting a great role, even as the lead back in a great offense. Nyheim Hines going to be more involved this week. He's going to get incrementally more involved in that offense. So I'm still starting Najee over Singletary, but we're definitely starting Deontay. On YouTube, we have a couple questions here. Kyle is asking Pollard, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, pick one running back. If Zeke sits, we're playing Pollard. Otherwise, we'll go Aaron Jones. And then we got to go Godwin or Lockett, pick one wide receiver. That one's close. I think we got to go Godwin there. I do have Tyler Lockett ranked a few spots ahead of Godwin. So I guess we go Godwin, but I'm kind of cool with either one. And then we got to flex one of them. So I guess we play both the wide receivers. Play one in wide receiver, one at flex. And then if Zeke sits, we're going Pollard. If not, we're going Aaron Jones. That's how I'd play it. Assuming we're playing in PPR league, which it does say we are. Juju or Olave. Give me Chris Olave. Give me Chris Olave. I do like Juju, but let's go Olave. Although I think Jarvis Landry is back this week, which maybe he loses a couple targets, but should I start Cousins or Lawrence or Jimmy Garoppolo? I have Dalvin at running back. That's relevant. Yeah, definitely Kirk Cousins. Deebo Samuel or T. Higgins. I think we're going to go T. Higgins there. Aren't the Bengals on a bye? So you're not starting T. Higgins. Yeah, you're not starting T. Higgins. The Bengals are on a bye. Is that a trick question? Almost had me. This close. You had me for a second. So many bye weeks. I can't keep up with it. Almost had me. Can I drop Nyheim Hines for Donovan Peoples-Jones? Yeah, I would. I'm a big Peoples-Jones fan rest of season. I love him this week, playing him in a lot of DFS. And then Deshaun Watson's going to be back in a few weeks. I think that he could be Brown's version of Will Fuller. I'm not loving dropping Hines. Definitely not loving dropping Hines because, he's playing in the Bills offense. But I love me some Donovan Peoples-Jones. All right, let's take a couple more and we'll get out of here. I always say we're going to do a short show, and here we are 46 minutes later. We are back tomorrow at 12, so all the way up to kickoff. We'll take a couple more. I got one from Michael here. Michael's asking, would you do Kenneth Walker, Alan Lazard, and Freiermuth for Saquon Barkley? Yes, I would. I have Kelsey, so Pat is just sitting on my bench. Yeah, I would do that. You're not starting Freiermuth. Lazard, replaceable. Walker, excellent, but you're getting an upgrade to Saquon. Yeah, I would do that. DK or Debo? Give me DK Metcalf. Deontay Johnson or Adam Thielen? Let's go Deontay Johnson. Cousins or Gino? Ooh, that one's close. I really like Cousins a lot. this week. We just talked about that. But I do have Geno ranked one spot ahead of him. Pollard or Jamal? Give me Pollard. Tony or Mac Hollins? These are the questions that we live for. These are the good ones. This is a guy or girl playing in a real league. Real league. This is a real league. If you're debating between Tony or Mac Hollins, you're either fucking screwed because of the bye weeks and injuries and your team sucks, or you're playing in a real league, a grown-up league. I think it's tough. Kadarius Toney played it was his first game with the Chiefs. Very minimal last week. But then we got McCole Hardman is out this week, so we could see some more opportunities for Kadarius Toney. But then we've got Mac Hollins, who has put up some good weeks for us earlier in the season. And now they've got Hunter Renfrow on injured reserve, which is when Hollins has been at his best, when Renfrow has been out. But then he's going against the Colts. That's going to be a gross, gross game. But then with McCole Hardman being out, it could be Kadarius Toney gets a bigger opportunity, but could also be Sky Moore gets a bigger opportunity. I think what we're most likely to see is a little bit more opportunity for Kadarius Toney and a little bit more opportunity for Sky Moore, which kind of sucks. I'd rather just have a full go on one of them. I'm going to go Mac Hollins. But I might have talked myself into Kadarius Toney because what do they like about Kadarius Toney? What do we like about Kadarius Toney? Well, we don't really like Kadarius Toney. But what the Chiefs probably like about him is his skill set with the ball in his hands, right? He's dynamic. He can break tackles. He's elusive. He's explosive. He's fast. He's got all that. He's got a great tool set for taking jet sweeps and screens and picking up a chunk, making guys miss, whatever. And when we look at McCole Hardman being out this week, what has McCole Hardman been doing the last few weeks? How has he been scoring his fantasy points? He's been scoring touchdowns because he's been getting jet sweeps and end arounds and all that tricky stuff down in the red zone. He's getting out on the edge. So I could definitely see them saying, you know what? Hardman's out. Let's put Kadarius Toney in that role in the red zone. I think I just talked myself into Kadarius Toney. I think I'd still go Mac Hollins, but you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I just talked myself into Kadarius Toney because what are we hoping for between these guys? We're hoping for a touchdown, right? Because neither one of them are going to command a high number of targets. Neither one of them is going to be catching 6 passes. It's not going to happen. Not in the matchups that they're in. But I think with Hardman out, Kadarius Toney has a much better chance of scoring a touchdown. You spend way too long on one question. Keep scrolling. I don't care. This is my show. If you don't like it, do your own show. That's all I got to say. Do your own show. We go rapid fire all the time. That was a fun question. We're going to talk it out. Keep scrolling. Christian McCaffrey or Kelsey. Oh, Christian McCaffrey for Kelsey and Mixon. I think I would take the Kelsey and Mixon side there. I think I would. Pickens or Sutton. Give me George Pickens. Who to start instead of Kyler Murray? So I'm guessing we're looking at waiver wire streamers. Obviously, I don't know who's available in your league, but let's throw out some names that could be available. Jacoby Brissett could be available. He's going to be in a shootout against the Dolphins. Could be a lot of passing, a lot of points in that game. Could see a multi-touchdown Jacoby Brissett game. Kenny Pickett, he's got some legs. Maybe he runs in for a touchdown. Taylor Heineke, could be. Was Ryan Tannehill dropped in your league? Could have been. I would say Jacoby Brissett would probably be the best option, at least out of those guys I just mentioned. I don't know who else is available in your league, but I would assume those are probably the guys. In the flex, we go Devontae Smith, Brandon Ayuk, or Greg Dulcich. Give me Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, we'll go Ayuk there. I traded Curtis Samuel, Leonard Fournette, and Dulcich for TJ Hawkinson and Alan Lazard. Thoughts? I'm not so sure you want my thoughts. Yeah, I want the Fournette side of that deal. Yeah, I want the Fournette side of that deal. Sorry. Gesicki, Moreau, or Kmet? So we talked about Foster Moreau versus Cole Kmet earlier, and we landed on Cole Kmet. With the sidebar, I'm a big Foster Moreau fan. So it comes down to Cole Kmet versus Mike Gesicki. I'm looking at my tight end rankings right now. I have Mike Gesicki ranked one spot ahead of Cole Kmet. So I guess we're going Gesicki, but honestly, I don't feel strongly either way. Flip a coin. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion either way on either of those guys. Sorry, I know it's not helpful. Kirk and Rondell Moore for Jalen Waddle. Waddle. Go get Waddle. If you can give up Christian Kirk and Rondell Moore for Jalen Waddle, you can pull that deal off. Why are you here asking? Go do it. Go do it. Yes. 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 If that offer is on the table, smash that accept button. But if you're thinking about offering it, you're probably going to insult your league mate because that's a terrible offer. All right. What do we think? One more question? I always say every week, every freaking Saturday night, I say, I'm going to do a 30-minute show. Going to be in, answer some questions. We're going to get the fuck out of here. Hour later, we're still here every week. No, it never fails. And here we are, 56 minutes in. Will JT have a breakout game this week? No, I don't think so. I'm not expecting it. This season? Probably not. For the rest of 22, I'm kind of off of Jonathan Taylor, to be honest with you. Offense is terrible. So bad. The coaching just got even worse. Offensive line, brutal. He's not going to be scoring touchdowns because they're never going to be in the red zone. I love Jonathan Taylor. But rest of this season, I think I'm out. And then yet on top of that, the ankle injury. Theo on YouTube, he's asking 1 point PPR. Who would you start in the flex between Jeff Wilson and Rondell Moore? I think we got to go Jeff Wilson. Rondell Moore's sound like it's going to be playing with a backup quarterback. Yeah. I'll go Jeff Wilson there. He played over Raheem Mostert in his first game as a Dolphin. I expect that role is going to grow even more in his second game as a Dolphin. He played well. He was more efficient than Raheem Mostert. So that's what we're doing. But I think that's a good wrap, good spot to end it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, 12:15 Eastern time. We'll go all the way up to kickoff. If I didn't get to your question, you can find my rankings at yardsperfantasy.com. Use our start sit tool, yardsperfantasy.com/start-sit. Use our trade calculator, yardsperfantasy.com/trade-calculator. Find all my rankings on there. Find my underdog plays. Use our promo code YARDSPER on Underdog and on BetUS to get some nice deposit bonuses. Otherwise, I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Download the Yards Per Fantasy app. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in.